update. We've been doing this for a long time, but every 5 years we are required to update our local mitigation strategy. If you don't do it, then you do not qualify for mitigation funding. So we actually have the LMS working group that meets, and they've spent the last several months updating it. The updated strategy was submitted to DEM. They've reviewed it, they've approved it, and now they're asking for you to adopt the resolution 2025 R31, adopting our update to the local mitigation strategy.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed.
Next one is RFQ 2025D. This is a request for qualifications where we're looking to see who is the most qualified to do the work. We were given $436,363. Is that right? I think there's a typo in that one. Anyway, we were given almost $500,000 to design a public safety complex by DEM through their funding sources. Based on the RFQ, we had several firms that responded. The ranking group ranked PQH as number 1, and we're asking you to approve the ranking. Or I think you already did approve the ranking. We're actually asking you to, we spent a couple months negotiating the contract. We're asking you to approve the contract of the firm that you previously selected as the highest ranking firm for the RFQ.
Board, before we go into, we have some discussion during the budget review on this, and this is Tim Murphy's opinion. I think it was shared across the table, but you know, we've already done a design on a EOC building design. Now here we are doing a public safety complex design, and again, no plan forth from FDEM, correct me if I'm wrong, as to if this even is going to take place, correct?
You will design it. It will be a very beautiful shelf document because there is no funding for construction at this time.
If this ain't something Doge needs to look at, I ain't never heard of
Yeah.
it, because $436,000, I can take that towards tree cleanup and do a lot more with it than design the building that, you know, apparently the legislature has decided that might need to be on the north side of Suwannee County. So I'm in the position to do it. I personally make a motion to deny this money. And
Taxpayers' dollars, taxpayers' dollars.
that's it. I think it's a waste, and that's just my opinion. And that's my motion, but
And this is
Open
just
to
for
much
construction?
discussion.
This
Huh?
is just for
No,
construction.
this
I'm
is
sorry,
for- No, no.
the planning, no
Design
construction.
and no money to build it.
So you would have to hope in future years a legislature would fund it.
That's a hell of a lot of planning.
Would this one have like Swanee massage tables and all that?
So this is their cost.
People
estimate?
think I'm joking. That's not.
No, that's the
So
grant
this is their
amount.
cost- That's the grant.
That's
How
the
much
grant
is their-
amount.
You don't know what their cost is yet.
No, that's the cost.
That's a
I mean, they're going to
They want
spend the
more-
entire grant
they want
amount if
that.
they can.
So they want
Give us
$436,000 to design this building.
Right, you've already got the building's designed. You already designed that 2 years
So do
ago.
they
This
have
is a
place where they're gonna put the
complex.
building already, or-
So this is a complex that would include other agencies like the sheriff, fire department, the warehouse that we talked about previously. It's to actually not design the building, but to design the complex.
And then we're supposed to build it if we want to.
It's actually about twice as much as the cost of designing the building was.
yeah, so the EOC, just for clarity, the EOC building has already been designed and completed.
That was a design that was a grant that was done similar to this one, I think about a year or two ago.
And that's one
So
that Shane
once we
brought to
completed
us.
that, then they came back and said, well, here's another $500,000. We want you to include
integrate
everybody
other
else. Make it a massive
And-
public safety complex.
And guys, I'll go one step farther. You know, here we are dealing with a dilemma with our sheriff's office as far as trying to keep people hired. You get them hired at a reasonable rate, and this is not just Columbia County, this is statewide. And we got, in my opinion, state of Florida throwing $436,000 away. That this is ridiculous. This what they're doing in Jacksonville today, they need to be back in Tallahassee tomorrow looking at this kind of stuff right here.
I believe your attorney had a comment?
Yes.
This was fully grant funded though, right?
Yes.
And can these grant funds be returned then?
If you don't spend them,
But I want to make sure the board understands if you reject the contract, that would probably, but it makes no difference to us. It was money in, money out. You would
Right.
just return the
this
grant.
will not generate money that we could use for other things. If you do not do this grant, you lose the money.
Mr. Kirby, are you gonna build this build? You gonna give up public works money to build this building?
Mr. Chair, I think the point that the chairman's making, and we, during the agenda review, this conversation come up. I think perception is reality. A deputy working at the sheriff's office, it's hard for him to swallow. We're spending $435,000 on a set of plans, but yet you say you can't fund the sheriff's office.
That's right.
So what I think, I don't want to speak for the chairman, I think what he's saying is it's big government at its finest effort. They're sending us marching orders that we do not patrol, right?
And we
Give
can't-
State law enforcement officers 70% raise, which forces us to react, right? So how does the guy that doesn't do this every day comprehend we're gonna spend $450,000 on a set of plans that you know you're not gonna build, you don't have any
We
money.
don't have the money to build it.
When you turn right around and say we don't know how to balance the budget because we're short funded. Commissioner Murphy, am I close?
You pretty close, yeah.
And I would say this, when Doge comes to our
You're getting
county,
awful nice,
we show
Bobby.
them
You're
this
close, yeah.
if they want to see something. That's what we show them. We say, here's something that y'all need to look at.
Tell them thank you, but no thank you. So,
I second
anyway, I
your
put that in
motion.
motion.
I second
Got a
your motion.
motion in the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed. Can't wait to read that letter. Stas,
It's going to be interesting.
number 14.
Right, I got to make a note of that.
Stas is squirming back there. He's already got it already. He already wrote the letter already.
So this is the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System Memorandum of Agreement. A couple years ago, the state came back and they developed this iPause system so that the public gets these warnings on their cell phones and other places to tell them what's going on. Part of that whole system is what's called the Alert Columbia system that we run on Everbridge. Everbridge is the platform it sits on. That is your reverse 911 system that when there's storm coming up, it sends you a note to your phone. Rainstorm coming, thunderstorm coming. Anybody who doesn't get those alerts, please contact emergency management so you can get those alerts. They're very important to let you know what events are coming up. It doesn't cost you anything, but you do have to agree to the terms of the agreement.
I'll make a motion, we approve the agreement between the county and the Department of Homeland Security.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Next one's RFQ 2025L, Swanee Valley Communications Tower. As you know, a couple of years ago, legislature gave us money to build the tower, nothing else, just build the tower itself. This is the ranking of the firm that want to build that tower. You had several respondents, 7 of them to be precise. 2 did not meet the requirements. They are recommending that you approve the rankings and begin negotiations with the top-ranked firm, Omnicrom Communications.
So moved.
Consultant.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Next one is the request to appoint Value Adjustment Board. This came from our Clerk of Courts again. You guys talked about it a couple weeks ago. They actually want you to vote on it.
Okay, board, at that time, we appointed Mr. Parnell representing the board and Mr. Tom Autumn. I don't think Tom's here today. A local regular. So with that being said, I'll make the motion that we appoint Tom Autumn to the Value Adjustment Board along
Second.
with Kevin Parnell, Commissioner, District
Second.
1.
Second.
Got a motion in the second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Is that formal enough, Jay? Okay. He wasn't wearing that jacket today, Robbie. He's wanting to be a little sophisticated. Huh?
I'm very
So the very last item on the agenda is for drug seizures and stuff, we collect money for federal forfeiture. Only people that can spend this money is the sheriff. But we get the money, so we have to hold it for him. So he's coming to you, asking you to appropriate, what is it, $40,000, $45,000 of $43,120 from the federal forfeiture fund so that he can buy helmets for the SWAT team and he can buy a new vehicle to replace a bad vehicle for the drug task force.
So moved.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
He do all that with $43,000.
What he's asking. I
It's
leave
only
that up to the
it's
sheriff.
only five
I don't know
hard
where he
hats.
can do all that with $43,000.
It's only 5 hard hats. Come on.
I'm not questioning the sheriff.
I can't
Thank
buy
you very much.
$43,000.
You gonna get a ticket.
Okay. Open public comments. Anybody? Yes, sir.
I can't get used to that podium. I keep looking at Larry.
May I approach the dais?
Yes, sir, please.
Thank you.
Here, we can just pass them down if you want to.
Yeah, we'll pass them down. You ain't got to stand there.
I have some extras. Okay, I'm Sean Holmgren with the Columbia County Makerspace. And we've talked to you before about, getting into the budget cycle, but I'm pleased to say I don't want any money. I'm not asking you for money. I'm asking you to give me $1 a year lease on an empty space that you're not using in the back of the building that you're currently remodeling for Career Source. One of the concerns that was raised was whether or not the tenant would have a problem with us being in there to do a workforce development training program using saws and drills and things to teach people about trade skills and prepare them for an output to HACO. And I've included letters from Career Source and from HACO indicating both support for our workforce development training program. The only thing I'm missing is a space to do it in. I have a curriculum. It includes OSHA training, first aid training, workforce training for the NECCR, a recognized curriculum for the trades. It includes a specialized training to work towards the goals of the employer, HACO, which can be then fine-tuned for anyone else. For if we want a woodworking output, then we fine-tune for woodworking. But the thing is, I need the space in order to be able to assemble the machines, which will run 10 minutes a day. We're not talking about having a production shop. We're talking about training people on safe use of drills and lathes and skill saws, and also computer-driven routers and CNC tables and things that we can only assemble in a large room. You have such a room. It's only storing water right now. And I don't need you to move that out. You can continue to use the space for temporary storage while we just slowly assemble over 3 months' time our workforce development program. But we do need your cooperation because there's no place else in the center of town that'll give us that opportunity to reach people who are trying to retrain for a career. And that's it. Thank you, gentlemen.
I'll speak to this. Mr. Holman called me. I think there's concerns about the building, and it's a no-cost thing as far as I'm concerned, except for the building would be a $1 lease. And I did see the letter from Career Source, and I'm the Career Source representative. So I think this is a good thing. I mean, we all know that trades are where it's at. So I think it's a good thing. I just want to make sure that the county has no liability and we have no, and I think he's already addressed that. But it'd be good to do if we can. It's, and because it's just,
We'll have insurance
people.
for the county. We'll have standard insurance to match your limits.
Mr. Humbert, I don't want to do it right now, but I would like to schedule a meeting with you. Let's sit down. I would like more discussion on this.
I welcome that.
Yeah.
Please, anyone. Now, my contact information isn't in that package, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I think I got a phone number here. Yeah. No, well,
No, that's Phyllis Marty's number.
Phyllis Marty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this your card here?
Oh, you got it.
I
It's
don't
right
see
here.
the number.
Yeah, that's.
There's no telephone number on it.
Yeah.
That's for my, for the makerspace.
Oh, okay.
And this is my contact.
Okay.
I just like a lot more understanding of what all you provide and how you get in the program.
So I'll give you a 30-second synapse of that if you want.
Well,
But yes,
I would
I-
like to sit down and have a
I welcome that.
because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of discussion I would
Yeah.
like to know about.
Because anytime we can help people get a job, that's our goal.
That's definitely needed.
That's right on what you're talking about with the
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I talked to Mr. Holgram as well. I think it'd be a decent
We
program.
appreciate you
Uh,
bringing it to
if
us.
Sean, how was, if y'all, just briefly, You been working with the college on this in any way, or is that working, or is it not working, or?
The college has a different approach. They're obviously looking for funding sources and opportunities to train people for hire.
Okay.
We're offering free training or subsidized training, reduced fee training to people that often can't qualify for college or missed it in high school, didn't have the grades, whatever. What we're doing is saying, here's an alternate path, and our bar is much lower. You just can't injure yourself and, have to follow certain guidelines.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Could I at least start negotiating with the attorney on a potential lease, at least start the ball rolling towards that discussion?
If we could meet with Commissioner Ford,
Yes.
this will be something that'll be legislatively spearheaded. And Commissioner, if you take interest in it, I have no problem meeting with you and talking about it.
God bless.
We
Thank
do
you.
these kind of things. And I think as long as the
Okay.
board's in favor of it, our issue won't be hard to work out.
I appreciate all of your
Tell you
time
one
today.
of, one of your biggest things is going to be is teach people when to be to work and when to leave.
Honest,
That's what I have a problem with. You know what I mean?
honest and true, when talking with the employers, often they have an apprenticeship program, but it costs them sometimes 10
Yeah.
grand a person to run them through. And the reason that the majority of that fails is because they don't have the basic clock in, clock out workforce mentality, knowing, that they have to put their safety gear on to go into the workforce. So we're really teaching soft skills.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Without Crocs on. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more public comments? Okay. Seeing none, staff comments?
Oh, sir.
I just want to remind the board that next Thursday, we have a budget workshop, and that's where we're going to have the presentation by the constitutional officers and the not-for-profit agencies. I believe that's at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And then the following Thursday, we're wanting to have another workshop in the afternoon. That morning, I think it's the 21st or something. There's an EDAB in the morning. We could have a workshop at 1:30 in the afternoon. And then that night you would have your board meeting. And that would focus more on the last items that we have to tie up before we can give you a budget, which is capital projects and year-end funding.
Okay, we kind of need to set that today, right? But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so the consensus of the board, is that good?
What, now, say that
Put the
again.
date.
21st,
21st.
1:30.
1:30.
1:30.
1:30?
Mhm.
Do we have something August 20? Do we have something the 20th?
The 21st, you have the EDAB at 8:30 in the morning. And then you'll have a board meeting that night at 5:30.
Okay, we got budget.
And
Okay,
So
but we,
the 21st, you got a meeting at 1:30, and then you also have a regular county commission meeting at 5:30 that afternoon.
Correct.
And then you have a EDC meeting or Economic Development Board meeting at 8:30 that same day in the morning.
that'd
Whoever's
be,
on
yeah,
there.
that'd be at 8:30 that morning.
So it's almost a full day if you're on all three.
Yeah. And I'm on all three.
So you got a full day.
Yeah, I got a full day. Yeah. But I'm okay with it.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
And then, so
And
the
then-
14th is what now? That's the 9:30? What is on the
9:30 in the
14th?
morning in this location. That is the budget workshop where we go over the requests by the constitutional officers.
Okay.
And then we'll also go over all the requests by the outside agency
That will be next Thursday.
next
Next
Thursday.
Thursday, 9:30.
And we have informed like the Humane Society and other agencies that we will present their requests. It would be smarter if they come and make their own requests, but we will
Absolutely.
tell you what we've received.
Well, I thought we decided, whoa, now, I thought we decided last year, if you're gonna request, you're gonna be here. Didn't we run into an issue?
We did tell them that, but if they don't show up,
Don't show it.
we'll just
Don't.
tell you they didn't show up.
There you go. Yeah, cause that was discussed in length last
It
year,
was.
if you remember.
And we've
Yeah.
told them through several emails and letters about the meeting, so they are aware of it.
Okay. All right. That covers your updates, David, I would assume.
Yes.
Commissioner comments?
I only have one. I don't know why we don't have a shirt saying we voted to have the authority become something. So.
I just want to say,
That's a joke. I don't
Tom-
want a shirt.
Tom's
I
got.
do not want a shirt.
Tom's got a little, he got a deal working there.
Yeah.
He just walked up to me and said, "Here's your shirt, give me my money." And I'm
I
like, okay.
just like to say, I appreciate your approval, and I think over the next year, you will see, everybody will see the benefits of the utility authority, maybe even Stu Little.
Stu could be your PR man.
Robbie, have anything?
Nope.
Kevin?
I'm good.
Real quick, on I know there's been some discussion, what have you, behind the scenes. Kevin, David, this, I guess, two-part, or how are we coming along with the sheriff's budget? Are we working on this, or? I mean, I'm
Actually,
sure
that's
you're
what we
working
were
on it.
just talking about.
Oh, is that right?
Mr. Chair, the sheriff and I had a real lengthy discussion last night. And, David and I both feel his ask is very legitimate. He's standing firm with his ask. That was I think we met with, Monday? We met with him Monday. We come to a final decision, or he came to a final decision last night. So that puts David and I in a place we were just discussing, now the meeting's over, we gotta go to work. So at the end of the day, there simply is not enough money to fund the needs on our side and the needs on his side. So simply put, we have some tough decisions, and David just and I were talking, how are we gonna present that to the board, right? So you have to reduce services somewhere on one side or both. But there is not enough money to fund the needs from both sides.
So next week, when the constitutionals present their budget, obviously the sheriff being constitutional, his budget will be presented. We will give you what we think are a list of options. And then it's, do you want the options or not? And then based on the decisions you make, we'll be able to figure out how much money there is to give the sheriff.
So at the end of the day, David, all you can do is present a balanced budget.
At the end of the day, we will have a balanced budget, but before I can do that, I may have to come to you and say, we can't afford to give the sheriff everything he wants. Or I may come to you and say, for us to do that, you're going to have to cut
Exactly.
this amount of money from this location. And you may say, I don't want to cut that amount of money from this location. I kind of like that program. So we will give you options. And based on your decisions, we then know what we can tell the sheriff, the money that's available.
As I have said multiple times, this is the most stressful time of year of being a county commissioner. I'll tell you.
And- yeah.
And at the end of the day, we're required to present a balanced budget, and we only have so much money to do that.
And
Kevin and I would love to fund the sheriff 100%. We have
oh,
no
well, I think
issues with that. We
we'd love
support
to
the
spend
sheriff.
120%.
The issue is you got to find $3.5 million. If you're going to find $3.5 million, where are you going to take it from? And does this board support where we would have to take it from?
Okay, and one more thing. Working a fundraiser Saturday morning, I want to put something to rest right here, real quick. I got bombarded with a couple of questions that Suwannee County and possibly other counties was coming to Columbia County to dump trash. Okay, with that being said, Kevin Kirby, David, help me out, I always forget his name, County Manager, Live Oak.
Oh,
Greg.
Greg Scott.
Greg, okay, Greg, I'm sorry. Franklin White, the two chairs, I guess the way it was. We did have a meeting out there at the Duval place. And the discussion was brought about the possibility they're coming up on a contract renewal. And this is one of the options. And I thought was kind of ironic or neat about the meeting, our waste engineer is their waste engineer also. What's the name, Kevin?
John Locklear.
John Locklear. Had a lot of good information, but just for the record, because it was the gentleman that brought this to me Saturday morning at a cornhole tournament, of all places, for raising money for cancer victims. He knew nothing about what he was talking about. I said, watch the meeting, and I hope he's out there watching. I'm going to call him when I get in my truck. Because I said, watch the meeting, no, I said, straighten this out for you. There has been no agreements whatsoever for them to bring trash here. Now, I think it was consensus agreed upon. This is nowhere near, nobody has any information. This is not even an open discussion to the point to where I don't blame them. They kind of waited to the last end, but I just want to give everybody a little history. Years ago, before anybody in this room was in politics other than Dale Williams, he done left. There he goes. I mentioned trash, he hits the door. And but there was going to be a regional landfill in north central Florida, and the decided place was Wellborn, Florida. Suwannee County backed out of it. That's the reason why the taxpayers of Columbia County had to step forth, and they built them a landfill up here. So I was raised in District 1. I feel like not only the constituents of District 1, but Columbia County made an ultimate sacrifice. We're in pretty good shape if my numbers are adding up here for about 30 to 40 years possibly. And I just want to let the public know, and I hope my guys are sitting out there at school right now watching this, but Tim Murphy has got no interest whatsoever of going into any agreements with any county of bringing any trash into Columbia County's landfill. Now, what I will be open to is I feel like today, permits, how long does it take permits? Kevin, what did it take to build the bypass, we call it? 24 years. So get the ball rolling today, and where we can all start talking about a regional landfill dump site, and collectively, however many counties go in together on a discussion of that, I'm open to that. But I just want to go ahead and squash that because this took place at a gathering Friday night, and I'm sure the majority of the people that were hearing it had no clue. But on the record, Tim Murphy's not voting to bring nobody's trash to Columbia County ever in discussion for Tim Murphy. I just want that to be on the record. But I was a little caught off but that's but I am willing to have discussions. But and I'm not speaking for Kevin Parnell down there, but I was a young guy, but myself and Randy Driggers, we put the first wires in that landfill up there. So I remember the arguments. I remember the signs up and down the road out there, no landfill and all that. So it's thank God our forefathers and the community at that time made the investment that we're benefiting from today.
Yeah, that was before my time, but I did talk to my parents and a few other members of the community out there, because that's been kind of hitting around. And yeah, that was a big ordeal back in the day. Again, before my time, but I don't think that would be the correct move that we should make for Columbia County at all. So I didn't realize Tim was going to talk about it, but I'm in agreement with what he's saying, though, for sure.
All right, and that's all I have.
I make a motion with adjourn.
So move.
Oh, right.
I didn't get
There you go.